Hey, how's it going, guys? Angel of the Night here. We are back again with the Grand Challenge, and as you guys can see, we are up against Sharpie Plays, and we are going to be seeing a Polteageist as well as a Sylveon coming out from our opponent. We are going to lead off with our side with a Murkrow and a Sneasler. Now, the big thing here is that there is a Fairy-type Pokemon on the opposing side, and I'm pretty sure we're going to want to go for the Dire Claw here to try to take it out. However, most Sylveon tend to go for a Terrestrial of Fire, so I guess we'll wait to see what happens. When it comes to Murkrow, of course, it is a Prankster Murkrow, which means that any kind of a status move should be able to attack first. So we're going to go for the Tailwind. And what that's going to do, that's going to allow us to boost up the speed of our entire team for approximately 5 turns, and hopefully be able to outspeed the Sylveon on the opposing side. When it comes to the Polteageist, I don't believe that there's a big threat to be made there, although we haven't really seen a whole lot of Polteageist there in the last X many years. But in Generation, I think it was Generation 8, I think it was, they tend to go for the whole Shell Smash situation sometimes. So we're going to be seeing a Terrestrial Sylveon in here, which is a Tera type of Ghost. We've gotten our Tailwind off here with our team, and in comes the Dire Claw. Now, of course, Dire Claw does not do very much to that Sylveon, but it does end up putting it to sleep. So I guess that's also a huge benefit. And guys, there's a Shell Smashing Polteageist on the opposing side. What the actual heck is going on here? Is this like, you know, 2020 or like before that with like Sword and Shield and stuff? Because I haven't seen a Shell Smashing Polteageist in forever. And honestly, the whole White Herb situation, it just brings me back to my Shell Smashing Torkoal that no one ever predicts. And this is something that's completely different. So this is actually pretty impressive. So we are going to go in for the attack into the Polteageist, and of course we are going to go for the Haze. We're going to reverse those settings back. Definitely a good idea to carry around Murkrow to reverse some of them statuses, because quite frankly that could be a huge threatening Pokemon right there. So we managed to get the Dire Claw off, and we actually get the Paralysis, which is pretty huge. Not also to mention the fact that we actually used the Haze there. That Haze, oh my god. That Haze is a big issue for our opponent, because obviously they're not going to be able to get their Shell Smash strategy off here. So 2 Pokemon are status inflicted. One is asleep, one is paralyzed. We're going to go for the Rock Slide, which is going to be able to hit 2 Pokemon at once. And then of course we've also locked in for Foul Play with the Murkrow into the Sylveon slot to be able to do some damage to that Ghost Pokemon. Now, of course, because the Polteageist did have Cursed Body, it actually disabled our Rock Slide, so we're not going to actually be able to use Rock Slide again until the Cursed Body is lifted. So here it comes with the Strength Sap, and of course that's going to be able to take away some HP, the attack stat from the Sneasler and regain some health. However, we have a Clear Amulet, so it's actually not able to drop the attack stat, which I'm kind of confused as to how it actually managed to get its HP back. If you guys know how that works, post your comments down below, because I have no idea how that actually happened. So we are going to lock in with a Foul Play into the Dragonite as well as the Dire Claw. We're going to try to get some status inflictions off onto that Pokemon too, which it looks like we're going to be able to get the Paralysis. Here comes with the Foul Play into the Dragonite. That actually does a lot of damage because we've already broken the Marble Scale. Thunder Punch coming in, hitting the Murkrow. We actually survived by 1 HP because we have a Focus Sash. And then of course here's a Stored Power going into Sneasler. That's actually super effective because we're a Poison type as well as a Fighting type, if I'm not mistaken. I always get the typing of it mixed up because I always want to say it's a Dark type Pokemon, but I know it's not. I know it's not a Dark type Pokemon. So we're going to lock into our moves here there once again. Here's the Extreme Speed from the Dragonite taking out the Murkrow, and unfortunately for us, Murkrow actually goes down. Murkrow's been a super MVP of this battle here so far, along with this Sneasler. But you know what? We actually get the Dire Claw off here again onto the Dragonite, and we've actually picked up the KO. Dragonite down, that's a huge thing. However, Polteageist goes for the Shadow Ball that actually picks up the KO off onto the Sneasler, and you know what? I can't even be mad at that. These 2 Pokemon did so much work the first half of this battle, it's impressive. Next Pokemon coming in is going to be our Ninetales, and of course Ninetales has the Drought that is going to be able to pick up the Sun. And then of course Exeggutor coming in as well to take advantage of that with the Chlorophyll. Indeedee, of course, also coming back in, well, actually coming into the battle for the first time. Oh my gosh, we've used Indeedee so much, I said back in. That's so wild. Getting the Psychic Surge set up here, which actually sets up the whole Psychic terrain. And then, of course, with the Ninetales, we pretty much are just going to go in and lock in for the Heat Wave to be able to hit up the 2 Pokemon. And then, of course, we also have Expanding Force with our Exeggutor to be able to hit onto the 2 Pokemon as well. So as long as we're hitting the 2 Pokemon at once, that's fantastic. There is no wide guards in sight, so we are actually in the clear. So here we go with the Expanding Force. That is going to be able to hit the 2 Pokemon and almost takes out the Polteageist. However, we've got the Cursed Body activated, which means that we've locked out the Expanding Force. We are also losing some health from the Life Orb. We actually do the Heat Wave, picks up the KO with the Polteageist, and that means that Indeedee is the last and final remaining Pokemon on the opposing side. It's decided to go for the Trick Room now, which means that slower Pokemon are going to be faster, and faster Pokemon are going to be slower for approximately 5 turns. And then, of course, we are going to go for the attack into the Indeedee. And as you can see, we are going to go for the Terrestrialization here to be able to boost up some stats, which I believe now we are going to go for a super boosted Heat Wave here, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. There's the Psychic coming in from the Indeedee into the Ninetales. Not enough to knock us out. Oh, we're going for the Weather Ball. Weather Ball is such a cool move, guys, because it changes with whatever weather is in effect. But if you guys enjoyed that battle there today, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Post your comments down below. I would love to hear more from you guys as to what you guys think. And hopefully you guys had a fantastic day there today. Take care and have a good one.